So I had to come to a realization when listening to this album. I was wrong about Taylor Swift. Now, for as long as I've known myself, I've never really liked Taylor's music. It just wasn't for me. I didn't feel connected to it in the slightest. I mean, sure, she had a couple of hits that I do know, but say wanting to actually listen to her music, fuck no. Until now, cause this album made me a Swiftie. I was trying really hard to fight it, but accepting the fact that I actually like this album just lifted a weight off my chest. You know, like that really macho man that's very homophobic, but deep down he's a closeted homosexual, and only when he accepts the fact that he's gay is when he can truly be happy. That's how I feel. It might not be Pride Month, but I want to come out and tell the world that I am a changed man. I am a Swiftie. So enough rambling. Taylor Swift, her self-titled album. Let's review it track by track. So like most of the tracks on this album, the opening track is a mixture of country and pop that mainly deals with young love. Here, Taylor tells the story of a couple falling in love during a very memorable summer that I'm sure most everyone can relate to. Music like this allows listeners to connect it to their personal lives in a very nostalgic way. That being said, this is not a sign to go calling your ex. Instrumentally, it's quite simple, just an acoustic guitar and a fiddle, very country-esque, but most importantly, her voice here has you locked in this journey of storytelling. Compared to a couple of songs that I've heard from her recently, I don't think her voice has changed that much. It's still very much warm and courageous. And well, the title of the track is a very obvious reference to the popular country singer. So yeah, good opening track. Picture to Burn is incredibly fun to listen and sing along to. The inner white girl in me just cheeses every time I play this song. It's a not so serious breakup song that you can listen to and not feel like shit. It's just really sassy as she's moving on from her ex, burning pictures, just expressing the frustrations that she had in this relationship. The sound with this track slightly shifts though, as it incorporates a blend of rock, which doesn't feel weird, it actually makes it a lot more energetic. Her voice here is a lot more stern, but it still feels playful as she's being rebellious and really sticking it to her ex. She also does this thing here where she's talk singing to fit lyrics in quickly. I'm not sure the correct terminology, but it's easily my favorite part. Teardrops on my guitar, the only thing that keeps me. Not a big fan of Teardrops. I mean, it's cool, but it doesn't really tickle my G-spot like the other tracks. It sounds really draining, but I guess it fits because it's a song about love that's not being reciprocated. Which, in all fairness, just because you're infatuated by me doesn't mean that I need to give you attention, and love bombing is just whack. But the bridge of this song is fantastic, probably the best part as she's describing her feelings for Drew. And by the way, if you like a guy named Drew, you are the problem. I'm alone, on my own, and that's all. A Place in This World is a slight improvement from the last track, as now we're moving into a bit of self-identity. It's a bit surface level though, as no real specificity is mentioned, but the feeling of being lost and wanting to be seen can be appreciated by most. We're still very much country pop on this song, as her vocal performance again is the main highlight. It's very focused, it's very strong, it's good. Now we're back to Heartbreak, as this song explores the aftermath of a breakup. She discusses the complexity of the emotions that she feels and also the resilience that she has to move forward. And also the feeling of pain can be a bit one-sided, as she says, "You never gave a damn, but I cried for you." However, it didn't need to be like that, because she says that this person built a wall between them by not sharing their feelings and communicating. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff, but I guess if it's your first or second relationship, it can be a bit overwhelming. I'm Outside in the AMG has a very catchy melody, so much so I found myself twirling my hair while listening to this song, and I don't even have that much hair. It feels like it's kinda I'm the only one in the world I needs to be seen type of energy. I know it deals with loneliness and wanting to have a connection, whether it be with a group, specific friends, or yourself. But it is a bit whiny because she says she feels isolated and excluded, but she doesn't really do anything to feel included. It's like me saying I need more friends but then doing nothing to meet more people. I know it's a bit of nitpicking, but regardless, it isn't that bad of a song.
water's high, you're jumping into it.
This track is the first track of a 3-track run on this album. Lyrically, it's about the facade of being happy and masking your true feelings with a smile. But her voice is the star of the show because even as sad as the lyrics are, she really manages to give a very warm and brave performance. Although it's a bit melancholy, she has the confidence to actually see it through and maybe in the end might actually see the beauty. It's really an evergreen track that regardless of how much times are changing, you can still come back to and relate to. She even makes the point that the pressure to seem happy might be strong, but it's okay to ask for help. The hook of this song is what I like to describe as peak white girl music. It's one of those songs you can play on a road trip and all the homies will just sing their lungs out, niggas will hit every single note. The song is about a crush and how intense those feelings can be, but she does a really good job of helping the listeners feel those feelings. Especially with the melody, it's upbeat and fun. If you somehow don't like this song, you're still gonna nod your head to it regardless. She even beautifully points out that this crush may not last forever, but experiencing those feelings in the moment is very important. Just don't go overboard and start stalking because that's weird, but kind of attractive.
You should have said no, you should have gone home, you should have thought twice before you let it all go.
Should Have Said No is the final track on this run and it's undeniably the best. Basically, she's saying that you can't sleep around and then come back to me like fuck out of here, little nigga. She deals with the unfaithfulness here with a very aggressive approach. She adopts a absolute no bullshit policy. Not apologizing one bit for being as mean as she is because simply you should have said no and you might still have me. It ain't that complicated. Here she swaps out the acoustic guitar for an electric one and some drums, really embracing the punk rock feel with a country twist. But yeah, it's definitely a highlight for me.
Took me back to the house in the backyard tree, said you'd beat me up.
Mary's song is a love story that starts from childhood and develops over time. Mary, the girl in this song, and her neighbor start off as friends during childhood, and as they grow up, they start getting feelings for each other. Even their parents sort of teases them about it, but childhood innocence is one of those things that could only be admired and not repeated. Despite this though, even after being married for several years, they are very much still in love and will continue to do so as they grow old. Very, very touching, but statistically it's untrue. The divorce rate is 50%. Go get yourself a prenup.
And he says, our song is the slam and scream doors, sneaking out, tapping on you.
Our last song on this standard version of the album is Our Song. It's a very nostalgic story of the earlier days in a relationship. She describes the memories of their first kiss, sneaking out, a lot of inside jokes that just seem genuinely sweet. It's really country though, as you can hear instruments like a banjo and fiddle accompanied by a very upbeat melody that is equal parts energetic and celebratory. She really manages to capture this safety of being with a partner that's always been there for you and is equally as dedicated to you. Very nice closing track. So that was Taylor Swift's self-titled album and it's a shaky 8. Am I proud to say that I am a Swiftie? Not really, but I do enjoy the fact that I don't need to hate her music. So from now on, I will do my job to convert others. The album though is a blend of country and pop with a bit of rock every now and then. The production does a really good job of keeping everything level. At times on this album, she is incredible at creating and writing these very vivid stories, but she does fall short on a few songs. Her hook game is amazing. I was laying on my stomach kicking my feet. Shit was fire, to be honest. Thematically, it's really a young love coming of age album. You get to see the highs, the lows, and in-betweens. Upon further research, I found out that she made this album when she was 16. So I mean, well fucking done, because I couldn't do that shit at that age. I was jacking off like 5 times a day watching Breaking Bad. I wasn't jacking off watching Breaking Bad, it was 2 separate events. Anyway, highlights for me would definitely be Should Have Said No, Picture to Burn, and Stay Beautiful. So yeah, I look forward to reviewing more of her music in the future. I believe that's it. Those are my thoughts and my opinions. You can let me know yours. Links to the album will be in the description below. Please form your own opinion, and thank you for watching. Bye.